Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to another It Came From the Workbench installment. I've managed to remember today. I remember the number. It's number 17. This is number 17. If you don't remember number 17, well then we've got to get you some kind of assistance because you probably saw the thumbnail about 30 seconds ago. So, number 17. This gentleman right here, who has now got some of the sexiest wheels, I think, imaginable. The Goooold with the black scale hardware, with the black hardware. So we did what we always do, what we make an effort to do here in the Canyon, which is make a whole bunch of changes all at once so that we can never really be sure what's working and what's not. Now, that is still an aggressively bright LED. Some of the changes are visible and should be readily noticeable. The wheels, which are kind of hybrids, they're part brass, they're part aluminum. They are all heavy. It's just over that kilo of wheelos. I think it was like 1,070 grams, if memory serves. But prior to the installation of the scale hardware, though I don't think that would change the weight impactfully at all. I cannot recall in the last one if I had put the spacers in. I believe that I had. What is also visible, high clearance links. We've put some high clearance links front and rear. It like follows the line of the drive shaft, because I was watching this thing's extreme belly clearance. It was hitting right on the rod ends here. Those rod ends were all scarred up because that little breakover spot. So this should clear it up even more. I think our breakover is going to be even better now. What else did he get? Not visible. Okay, so we put a, 1035? There's a 1035 in the front axle, which is underdrive. That is the 11%, I want to say it's 11% underdrive. So within the front, so underdriving the front should take the rear from 30% to around 19%. It's like 18.5 or 19%. I didn't do the math precisely. And not pictured, but certainly done. I busted out the app and I made some changes inside the Lizard 10. Now, this is 4S. I don't think we're going to have any sort of low-speed power issues. I have not wheeled it yet to see if we have changes at all in performance of drag brake. So that's what a big part of this is about. We dropped, I felt like 30% rear underdrive. It's too much for me. Some people might be very comfortable with it. I was having too much of an issue with it. That said, we have all this stuff installed, all this stuff swapped over, all the changes that have been made. It's only been wheeled once on the DravTex. It hasn't been wheeled at all on these rims. So now, obviously, the concern is, are these tires still the tires that work? Because they work pretty well on that 30% split, but we just cut rear underdrive by a third. So we're moving much closer to, like, we're now in the same realm as a Stealth XF with the 18% in there, which I've found to be very comfortable. We have a great many tires up on the rack that we can sample should these not prove to be good. I think they're still going to be okay. Well, let's call it what it is. When I say think, what I mean is hope. I hope that they will be okay. We have plenty of tires, as said, sets, pairs. We've got holds, hunks. We've got the Proline offerings. We've got our usual plethora of canyon trails. There's tusks. There's fake tusks. There's even the tiger dogs. There's landmines, deep woods. We can try a lot of things. The hope here, though, is that this works. So what we'll do, I think in hopes of some form of brevity and anticipating some potentials. Let's see, are these on wheels? No. Are these on wheels? No. Who do we got on wheels that we can bring with us? Tiger dogs. Fake tusks? Oh, yeah. All right. So we can slap fake tusks on just as a, we might do that just as a test, because then that'll give me, and these are just, that'll give me a picture of what I need to work with. That'll give me some opportunities to make some choices. On this wheel setup, he is, that like perfect 9 3/4. His width should be great. Well, 9 3/4 rear, 10 1/8 front. So that's what we want. That's how we like it. And that's done through hexes. That's not done through the wheels. So shouldn't be a problem. We'll grab the bag. We'll throw these tires in. I'll find my hat. It's probably sunny out there. As a matter of fact, I know it's sunny out there. We'll grab some tools. Gotta have our tools. Let's take this guy out. Shake him down a little bit. So many changes made. It should be relatively impossible to tell what's working and what's not. And that's just the way we like it. What we do know, though, is, man, those are good-looking wheels. Those are good-looking wheels. Oh, and SSD scale hubs. Just because. Oh, yeah, I had pointed this out to someone else. Here's the perfect time to measure it. Mention it. When you purchase something from Injora off of Amazon or something like that, you get a sticker sheet like this. Sometimes it'll look just like this, but it'll be bigger. There'll be bigger Injora stickers. This is like, that meme about how McDonald's used to be fun and have a playland and it was bright colors, and now it became like corporate, where your job is killing you. McDonald's, it's just like all matte colors and stuff. That's what I feel about these stickers. And if you order something directly from Injora in China, you get like, isn't this much more fun? Super Injora. Go Injora. Bizarre skull Injora. Oh, I just noticed he's saying Injora. I think their domestic, their U.S. sticker sheets should be more fun, like the ones from China. All right, here we go. We're gonna take this guy out. We're gonna see what we got. We're gonna see what drag brake looks like. We're gonna see what maneuverability looks like. We're gonna see all that stuff. Yeah, I think we're good to go. I will see you. You don't know this, but it's like basically right over there. I think above everything else, there are certainly things to note here, feel-wise. The change in rear underdrive is most noticeable. I also kicked the rear pumpkin back a little bit. I put longer rod ends on those high clearance uppers to straighten to get the drive shaft angle a little more optimized. It was just running all stock links before. It feels a lot more agile now, which is weird. I can't 100% isolate that mentally why that would be. Still has all the drive in the world. Yeah, low speed feels a lot better. I don't feel that hesitation. Let's see. And we're holding now. And here's the best part about it. I guess this is 100% pure speculation. There's some sort of amnesia, like the ESC got aphasia, because I guess we'd made changes and hadn't accommodated for those changes. I don't know. I logged in with the Bluetooth app, looked at the settings, and I don't recall actually changing anything. I would scroll up the little parameter list and go, oh, it's already drag brake 10, it's already this. I didn't actually change anything, which makes me wonder, am I conflating memories? Were the changes that I thought I had made changes I had made to a different Lizard 10? Which is possible. He's definitely not going to lift a tire on this. And someone who should absolutely excel at this breakover set, yeah, these tires feel amazing. We are still, for the purposes of the arts and sciences, we are going to try the fake tusk. I kind of want to say, yeah, drag brake is, you see it just go, and that hesitation is gone. This guy is the unstoppable breakover king, and a bit of a rough ground specialist. So we might as well point him at one of the toughest lines here. Gonna shuttle back the other way, almost. Trying to get inside of that rock at driver rear. Okay, it's still difficult. It gets everybody kind of twisted up. We'll shoot him at the easier shot for it, which is here. That's not the full pull, real kill line, but you know, threw it nonetheless. As I go through the data banks, the mental data banks, still trying to recall, did I change anything? I may have adjusted drag brake rate. Not the force, but the rate, like how fast it comes on. Because I am noticing now, particularly on flat ground, when I let go of the throttle, it's like when you get a new power tool that's got a blade brake, the blade brake just stops. And then as that tool gets older, this guy is, it's like instant. Just kind of how I like it. I do understand why people would set theirs to be a little softer, because it can be abrupt and knock you out of your line or off your line because it locks so quick. Also, I have come to an adjacent conclusion about some of the bit of the feel of the, like the way I feel the brake come on and the way I feel the power ramp up. I think a lot of it is our good buddy here, the CT01. It's not really built ergonomically for my hand. I have to have my finger kick way out over here. And I think the spring tension on the trigger, I would like a softer trigger. There's more rebound on this trigger, and I think I'm just not pushing the trigger hard enough. And it is kind of difficult to go back and forth one radio style to another. You kind of get that muscle memory. The body gets programmed, pushing it one way or another. Now I am really curious to see this thing with the fake tusks on it. And we'll hide this one in here so that only a select few people will hear it. People had requested some form of like a spreadsheet or something with the tire reviews, the junk views, and the quick views on the tires. And I'm working on it. I'm working on that. But honestly, I have two choices. I either have go back and watch all my own videos, because some of them I can't remember. The thing will be throw some wheels in them, mount them up, drive them around a little bit, and like refresh my memory as to where they come. Probably in sets. Like I bring 3 sets out at a time, test them on on the protocols and see how I feel from there. I should have been writing it down from the beginning, but, you know, hindsight, right? Yeah, it's moments like this, passing up over here, it just goes. There's nothing to hang. And the behavior at the 20% versus the 30%. Yeah, I don't think anybody else can just pull the belly right over like it was going for a wide left shot, and then you just pull the belly straight over it. All right, we'll try the straight shot here. Yeah, positionability is really good. Yeah, a little bit more throttle application. It's right there. So yeah, this combo, like I said, might not be the most perfect setup tire-wise, but it is really, really quite good. And I don't know, someone would have to remind me. Since 5 in the last one, was he on Canyon Customs inserts at that time, or was he still on single stage? I don't know. I can't remember. It's been too long. What I do know is it's really good now. So if he was on dual stages before, it feels better now, and if he was on single stages before, it feels better now. How did I catch that? We still fell down a little bit. Let's see if that can pull it back down. Nope. All right, come back around. Yeah, the wheel speed, I must say, is pretty much perfect now. So that dropping the total wheel speed 10%, and you know, there's a good bit more gear changing involved in dropping your final drive ratio by 10% than just swapping out a front ring and pinion. And I'm happy to report there's a quiet quick view / junk view going on right now. This is, I can't remember. Due diligence not done. Probably because it occurred to me right now. I was not motivated to drop $40 on the Traxxas underdrive 1035 ring and pinion. So this is one of the Amazonian brands. I want to say it's RXIXYL or something like that. Like $15, and it works great. Didn't have to shim it. There's not a bunch of lash to it. It doesn't sound weird. Okay, this is that Griffin slip portion. He should, I feel like he should have enough weight. Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like he should have enough weight up front with all that brass to push that nose down. And indeed he does. Can he do the reverto? Come back this way. Yeah, there are moments where it feels like you feel like, oh, we're gonna get a little light, and then it just presses it back down. I'm deliberately going for the high shot up here, kind of because I wanted to get that rear over. Yeah, really planted. If there is that point of diminishing returns that we've been seeking before, the one of just throwing brass at something, it's got even, the wheels didn't get substantially heavier, but they did get a bit heavier, and we're still not to the point where it started to hurt it. Do a couple little, and then, yeah, this guy can probably break over farther right than anybody else. There's nothing to hit. Yeah, I think that last time around, that what I was perceiving was not the speed control and was the trigger, because I want to hold the trigger. I'm at about, I don't know, 25-30% pull, and there's more trigger resistance, there's more spring than what I'm used to feeling. over top right there, and then push it back. And again, nothing coming close to the ground. The only thing we had coming close to the ground before was rear lowers, and now they are well and truly clear. On Jake's side, just a little side position, and then right through. Yeah, for how lightly he's sprung and how that suspension is set up, which I think is nearly perfect. We have, amazingly, I might almost go so far as to say, genuinely, in the past, when you just start bolting stuff on, usually something suffers. It's an improvement at the cost of something else, and I'm not feeling any losses. I'm not feeling any net losses. That 10% reduction in final drive, or I'm sorry, 10% increase in final drive with a 10% loss of underdrive, so like now at about that 18, 19, 20% in the rear. It's just better all around. I think 30% works in certain situations, and I think some people might be more comfortable with driving it, but 20 to 25% is the, okay, I'll drop that a little lower. 18 to 25% is the golden land for me. And I think Ratchet can get away more with the 25% because he's got big old tires. Like, his setup is definitely more different. I didn't realize that I was building him for that, but it turns out that I was. This feels better all around. Everything that went on this guy between installment 5 and installment 6, I consider to be a significant improvement. Shuttle it, grab that edge, and over. Like, it's effortless. It's effortless. Again, good old TRX4 portals, you know. And I'm sure we're going to see at some point in the either farther or nearer future, we're going to see the G2 set on here, which is just going to be, because then he won't have any knuckles to hang. Although he doesn't even have a scrape on his knuckles in the front, it doesn't look like. But G2 on this, that's not nice. Let's just, you know, for the sake, we'll run through the 5. We'll do it a little more quickly, less rambling. Oh, here he comes. And just see, what's this guy like on the mixed racing? He's pretty heavy to be squishing some single stages, but let's squish some single stage. I would be remiss were I not to mention that this entire tire swaparoo segment here brought to us entirely inspired by this week's installment of the Weekly Dumb in the Cannon Crawl edition, because you truly don't know until you know, and we have this problem here. By we, I mean me, and that is, it's working. So we just never change it. This was almost. It's really Slick Rock 2 down there. That's smaller. It's more of a pinto bean. It's getting really polished by guys trying to pull over it. So when someone in the comments had requested tusks versus holds, it was genuinely something that had never occurred to me, because I've had such good luck in the past with tusks. Why would I think, oh, I'll take tusks off and put holds on? And in the case of Ghost Rover, they were just better. They were better at everything. Oop, you see right there? Right there? I'll still think that 20% is a little differential. That it felt very different on Shonks, on Hunk Scorpios than it does on these. It is still alarming to me how close these are to tusks. It really is. With the tiniest bit of slide there, and I would go so far as to say that slide was 100% underdrive. The rear tire just wasn't spinning as fast as one would expect, so it pulled back a little. To mention other things, when we get further into the combo, the twin build 2122, it will be very interesting to see a zero underdrive overdrive, just a 50-50 split up against something with a split, to see how, because they'll be basically the same builds, and that is not something that we have successfully done here before. We've not had that, where two rigs are effectively identical and we'll have completely different overdrive, underdrive setups. Oh yeah, I'm doing that thing again where I talk too much. We'll get a little bit of a different angle on the look. Yeah, that felt better. That actually felt better. I wanna bring that in. A little bind up there. I want to bring that in further right. I want to get it closer to the big white rock here, because this is the kind of problem zone here. You can see, if you can see, the passenger tire got repositioned against its own will by this guy right here. That little point. That point sticks out quite a lot, and if you get your tire engaged in it just wrong, because I'm trying to like seesaw back and forth, there it is. Yeah, I feel like the positionability here is better. And I mean, the Tusk, you know, so if nothing else, I feel we may potentially have seen that. Oh, I don't know what I was trying to do there. And what we're seeing is that in that 18-20% underdrive range, it's not necessary to split the tires. I felt like at 30%, that's way more grip. That section right there, the Hunk Scorpio just got straight knocked out. Got absolutely knocked out there. Now, the side hill is where it's going to come down. If we have even, that was just better. Now we are getting the forward drive that's brought to us by a single stage open cell foam, which is maximum forward drive at the expense of pretty much anything else. So lateral stability should be. If we have any reasonable showing of lateral stability on that side hill, guess what? I get to unbolt some bead locks, and I get to put these mixed racing over there. Who would have thought it? Because these are doing they're doing better than when I tested them initially. And should anyone have been asking, these are untouched. They did their junk view, and they went on the rack. No changes. Still mounted up. Well, I mean, we would certainly expect, with the amount of brass on here, I couldn't see that tire to see how much it mushed. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it looks like a banana. that foam can't do it. But, oh man, are we? Okay, now there is the power of brass, because I don't think I've ever gotten to that little entry point where you have to pass between these two rocks. I don't think I've ever successfully stayed on the side hill by just gun it. Just give it the beans and power through, and it managed to stay down. So if we drop that one tire too low, I think the whole rig is gonna follow it. Oh, but we got some slide reposition. Okay. I'm gonna give it a little reverse. Okay, that's probably the best chance. That driver rear is just smush, brash, push it down, brash. Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to draw this out. We're gonna have to drag this out a little longer, because I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna drive over and we're just gonna hit Daphne's, bish bosh. I'm gonna run back into the shop and we're gonna do a swippo swappo. I'm gonna pull these apart. I'm gonna pull the brass ones apart. I'm gonna put basically these mixed racing on top of everything that's already in the brass. So the only thing the brass will be changing, they're gonna keep the Canyon Customs inserts, and we're just gonna swap the mixed racing onto those inserts on those wheels, and then we're gonna we're gonna come back and hit the 5 again. Yeah, there's just more grip. Hunk Scorpio was great on 30%, was still good on this, and honestly would be usable. Like absolutely 100% functional, but these just grip more. These just grip more. So let's see, while it's still fresh in our mind, what does it look like if we take the mixed racing and put them on Canyon inserts, which is something we haven't tried yet. I'm not saying that mounting and dismounting, honestly, the average has to be like, I probably do 2 sets of beadlocks per day, every day. That would be my guess. What was it, last Thursday? I did 11 sets of beadlocks in one day. It took about 8 minutes to completely swap that set over. And on the drive back, the first and most notable thing is that the steering response is a lot sharper, which is, that has nothing to do with me and everything to do with the Tim Tin inner from the dual stage. Oh, that I count that. That's over the bean on that low side. Yeah, I think that throttle hesitation is finger hesitation. It's muscle training. Yeah, we're still not lifting. I'm just not used to that, exerting that amount of pressure. And like I say, my finger is kind of in this really kicked position. If I maybe make a grip that pushes it way back, oh, so that my hand is way back here. It needs to clip on though, because my buddy that owns this, I'm just gonna say it how it is. He's got lady hands. He's got like delicate fingers, and yeah, tighter in there. He's got little, he wears like a medium, like a men's medium glove. And usually when I see those gloves, I'm like, who are those for? Because I've said it, this was my biggest complaint about the CT01, that like my hand technically doesn't fit. Now that's gonna impact a very small number of people. Yeah, I was genuinely, I was anticipating a bit more of a loss of forward drive. Like I thought we would take a bigger hit, but no, we're not. And I mean loss of forward drive, Canyon Customs versus the single stage. This is now that we've got the full testing here. The Fusks on Canyon Customs are better than the Hunk Scorpio combo. Just straight up better. Like at everything. Might as well hit yet another angle still, right? Yeah, that's so good. What I'm asking myself is, this is soft front, medium rear, as we do. Could we benefit from a soft rear? I don't know. Right there. Let me. Come on. Oh, this battery had like 3.88 volts when I put it in. I think we might be dipping volts a little bit in those bindy moments. Now, could we benefit from softer here? I don't think the pull would really feel any different. Ooh, he's a break dancer. I don't think the pull would feel any different with a soft rear. And I mean, we'll see here in a minute on the side hill. I think we benefit a lot from that firmer rear giving a little more slip. You can see, well, you can't, it's out of frame. I was just in the right spot on one of the busted pieces of concrete here. You could see the front deflecting just that right amount, and the rear, it really only deflects that big deflection of the shoulder. It stays a little firmer down the middle, and I think the firm middle is what's helping us here, helping more than hurting, certainly. So we know, oh, that breeze is delightful. We know what we have to do. Like right there, would we benefit from softer? I don't think so, because that was a front tire interference issue where we were just blunting into a rock there. So the rear wasn't really getting its chance. I want to see here, because also that, oh, forget about it. Ooh, that was stuffing it a bit. I'm gonna start talking a little faster, moving a little faster. I think we're flirting with the cutoff. We're probably down into like mid 3.7s, which, you know, by the wonder of LiPo battery standards, is nearly dead. It's feeling softer. And right here. Yeah, no loss of forward drive. Not that I can perceive. And so long as I can hit this in the fashion of some, oh, I saw that C-hub grind a little bit, right? A little bit on the rock right before the one that he's towed up on right now. G2 would have cleared it. You know my buddy gonna order the brass G2s too. He loved that brass. Yeah, just the amount of hold here, it feels super plain. Little light there in the rear. I am way too high. Now that redirect, oh, planted it back. Wow. Okay, that was a bad entry. That was a bad reposition, and he still held it out. So let's see on the cutback. Okay, get that tire. Once we're over there, oh yeah. Glued. Yeah, sprinting over here. I felt like I could actually, I could actually perceive a lower top speed. So we are. I didn't fresh charge this battery. You know that. You know what I did? I got into the LiPo bag and I put the voltage checker on them, and I tested the one that had the highest voltage of the 3S1300s that we have, 4S1300, and took that one. Oh, I want to hit a bump here. I mean, why wouldn't it be flat? It's essentially a tusk. It's got a mountain of brass. There we go. There's some hesitation there, and I'm 99% sure I know what it's from. So where do we end up? Here at the conclusion of 17.6. Where are we at? I think where we've landed is it's the best of both worlds. We have what is, in my estimation, oh yeah, I don't know if I have enough voltage. I'd be better off on the 3S right now. There we go. We've got the heralded, not unheralded, the heralded king of junk view tires, the mix racing fake tusk, the Fusk. The Fusks are so good that I have no qualms about replacing, air quotes, real tires with them, particularly with what we learned from the Can It Crawl edition. If it crawls, crawl it. It doesn't matter what it says on the sidewall. Nothing junk has come close to these. I think Diablo's the perfect recipient for them, because he's a mountain of brass. He's got the correct inserts, and now he's got fake tusks. Oh, what is this? What is this? What is that? Is it my radio going dead? I think it is that one there. Is that radio battery? All the lights turned off, so I'm thinking it's the radio battery going dead. Yeah. The other one's telemetry, which is not hooked up. Maybe that was part of it? I don't know. Okay, for this moment, let's turn that off for the moment being. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for hopping in. If there's something I missed, something that I should have mentioned and you didn't hear me mention it, please do fire away in the comments below. I'll let you know. Oh yeah, I put it on the scale, 265 grams. Fusk with Canyon Custom on those wheels, 265 a corner, which is 1060 for the set, just over kilo wheelos. It's all working out. It's all working out. I love it when a plan that we didn't know that we had made, I love it when that plan comes together, and I feel like it came together today. I'm going to turn the beeper back on so that we can drive out of frame and end this. I'm going to thank you for watching. I'm going to invite you to comment, to like, to subscribe, to at the very least, consider a channel membership. And above all those other things, please, one and all, do your very best in between now and when we meet again. Do your very best. Have a good one, everybody. I will catch you in the next one. And now, oh, it starts off 4 buttons and it goes 3, 2, 1, beep, 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 beep. We'll see you in the next one, everybody. Come on back. Come on back now, you hear?